Columbia is not what most people picture when they think of South Carolina. It's where history meets wild old-growth forests, where a state capital hides a world-class museum and a market that could be a small-town festival. I'm Adam from Destination Deca. Today we're exploring the top 10 things to do in Columbia with deep history, local tips, must-see moments, and how to plan your visit. Stick around. I've got 2 bonus spots and a sample itinerary at the end. Columbia is compact and surprising. Founded at the confluence of the Congaree and Broad Rivers, the city grew as a trade and textile hub and later became the state capital. Today it's a blend of restored historic districts, buzzing food scenes, arts institutions, and protected natural landscapes within a short drive. If you love long, practical travel guides, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Save this video so you can plan from your phone later. Number 10, Riverbanks Botanical Garden. An extensive 70-plus acre botanical garden on the Saluda River featuring themed gardens, a walled garden, native plant collections, and interpretive displays. The botanical garden is part of the Riverbanks complex but sits across the river from the zoo and feels more contemplative and photographic. The land around the Saluda was central to Columbia's industrial and agricultural history. Early water power mills and 19th-century homesteads occupied many riverfront parcels. Riverbanks gardens were developed to showcase both cultivated and native species, emphasizing conservation and education. Walled garden, formal beds, seasonal displays, and a charming horticultural layout perfect for macro photography. Valley overlooks. Small ridges providing layered landscapes of garden beds against river views. Excellent for sunrise or late afternoon golden light. Best time to visit: spring for azaleas and dogwoods, autumn for crisp light and changing foliage. Early morning returns the best light and fewer visitors. Fun facts: the garden's design integrates native Piedmont species to educate visitors on conservation of regional plants. Community volunteer programs keep the gardens thriving. Join a volunteer day for a local, behind-the-scenes experience. Number 9, Riverbanks Zoo and Garden. One of the Southeast's most celebrated zoos, combining immersive animal habitats with adjoining botanical spaces, offering conservation programs and family experiences. The zoo emphasizes interactive learning and species conservation. The zoo has expanded over decades from a small collection to a large conservation-focused institution, participating in breeding programs and educational outreach. Many exhibits replicate natural habitats to improve animal welfare and visitor immersion. Trip tips: buy tickets online to skip queues, especially on weekends and holidays. Best time to visit: morning when animals are most active. Summer afternoons can be hot for outdoor exhibits. Ask about keeper talks and behind-the-scenes programs for deeper learning. Your visit supports captive breeding efforts and conservation initiatives. Number 8, Columbia Canal and Riverfront Park. A revitalized urban greenway tracing the historic Columbia Canal, now a paved trail that runs through downtown and along the Congaree River. The canal originally helped bypass river rapids to move goods and power textile mills during the 19th century. The canal was essential infrastructure for early Columbia commerce and industry and later became a contested and reconstructed civic space. Walking and cycling. Flat, paved towpaths make this a local top spot for walking, running, and cycling. Best time: evening for golden hour reflections on the water. Early morning to beat heat and crowds. Safety: watch for cyclists, keep to the right on multi-use paths. Fun fact: sections of the canal still show industrial-era stonework and small locks, small details that connect the modern park to Columbia's industrial past. Number 7, Columbia Museum of Art. Columbia's premier visual arts institution with a rich permanent collection and rotating international exhibitions spanning European old masters to contemporary art and photography. The museum blends academic exhibitions with public programming and education. The museum evolved from a civic collection into a professional art institution, revitalizing a downtown block and anchoring Main Street's cultural corridor. The building and surrounding spaces reflect Columbia's investment in arts-led downtown renewal. Fun fact: the museum's outreach programs partner with local schools and historically bring traveling exhibitions that rarely appear in mid-sized southern cities. Number 6. Soda City Market. A weekly, producer-only market that transforms Main Street into an open-air celebration of local food, crafts, and music. Soda City started as a small community market and has grown into a regional cultural fixture. Local specialties: Southern biscuits with modern twists, barbecue and smoked meats, seasonal stone fruits, and artisanal preserves. Crafts and art: jewelry, prints, handcrafted textiles, and locally made home goods, perfect for unique souvenirs. Tips: bring a tote bag. Ask vendors about sourcing and craft methods, they're often happy to share. Cash helps for small purchases, though many accept cards. Insider tip: look for vendor recommendations or seasonal specialties like fresh peaches in late summer. If you want fewer crowds, visit near opening or on a cool weekday when special pop-ups occur. Number 5. Congaree National Park. A federally protected old-growth bottomland hardwood forest and floodplain ecosystem, notable for towering trees, rich biodiversity, and scientific research opportunities. Congaree preserves some of the tallest trees east of the Mississippi and an intact river floodplain that cycles nutrients with seasonal floods. After decades of logging and proposed development, Congaree's unique ecology was preserved through activism and federal protection. It's now a center for ecological research and a model of floodplain conservation. Best time: spring and fall for comfortable temperatures and active wildlife. Summer brings mosquitoes and heat. Bring repellent and light, breathable clothing. Safety: watch for seasonal floods. Check ranger updates on water levels and trail closures. Respect leave no trace principles. Many of the park's rare plants and animal communities are sensitive to off-trail traffic. Number 4. Hampton Preston Mansion and Gardens. A large federal-style urban mansion built in 1818, historically associated with the Hampton family, prominent in South Carolina's antebellum elite. The home and its gardens interpret urban plantation-era domestic life, horticultural history, and the lives of enslaved people connected to the property. Formal parlors, period furnishings, and detailed plasterwork reflect early 19th century tastes and the wealth built from plantation economies. Tours emphasize both the elite household narratives and the often overlooked labor histories of enslaved people whose labor maintained such estates. Gardens. Restored garden beds that reflect period planting styles and horticultural experiments popular among the planter class. Trip tips: reservations. Tours are sometimes limited. Check the official schedule. Interpretive sensitivity. The site engages complex histories. Approach with curiosity and respect. Number 3. Dreher Island State Park. A lakeside state park on Lake Murray composed of 3 islands with campsites, cabins, boat ramps, and miles of shoreline for recreation. It's a favorite spot for water sports, fishing, and sunsets. Boating and paddling. Lake Murray's wide expanses are ideal for power boating and quiet paddling alike. Boat rentals are available nearby. Best time: summer for lake activities, spring and fall for cooler weather and quieter marinas. Stop at nearby marinas and restaurants for fresh fish plates or lakeside barbecue. #2 South Carolina State House, the seat of state government and a monumental symbol of South Carolina's political history. The State House is not only functional but also a public museum of monuments, architecture, and civic memory. Built across the 19th century with later additions, the building and grounds chronicle changing political eras. The grounds include commemorative sculptures, memorials, and interpretive plaques that cover military history, civil rights, and notable state figures. Tours. Free guided and self-guided tours introduce legislative spaces, rotunda artwork, and historic courtroom areas when available. Check hours for public access to interior spaces. 1 South Carolina State Museum. The largest museum in the state, housed in a renovated mill building, featuring 4 floors of exhibits spanning natural history, cultural history, science and technology, art, a digital planetarium dome, and a 4D immersive theater. Its breadth and family-friendly programming make it Columbia's top cultural destination. From paleontology and local natural history to rotating cultural exhibitions and hands-on science galleries. The planetarium and observatory offer scheduled dome shows that turn a rainy day into a cosmic experience. Interactive displays, ideal for families and STEM-curious adults. Fun fact: the museum's adaptive reuse of an industrial mill ties Columbia's textile past to its cultural present. The building itself is a museum artifact. 2 bonus spots locals love: bonus of Vista District riverside dining, craft breweries, galleries, and nightlife. The Vista pulses at night with restaurants that range from casual plates to chef-driven cuisine. Why visit? Evening energy, art galleries, and riverside dining that's ideal after a museum day or statehouse stroll. Tip: make reservations for popular spots, and check for live music nights. Bonus: B University of South Carolina campus and McKissick Museum. A historic campus with collegiate Gothic architecture, manicured quads, and small but vibrant campus museums and shops. Why visit? Combine a relaxed campus walk with student-driven restaurants and cultural programming. The McKissick Museum often houses regional history exhibits. Tip: campus tours give architectural and historical context. Visit during a weekday to feel the student rhythm. Columbia has a little of everything: bold nature, deep history, and a lively cultural scene. Pick a couple of these spots to fit your travel style and you'll find the city surprises you every time. Which stop do you want me to deep dive next? Comment below. If you found this useful, like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs a South Carolina escape. I'm Adam with Destination Deca. See you on the next trip.